is here. Good morning, Dwyer.
Good morning, Claire.
Barakadi Salah. I said it first.
Good morning, Kinsley.
Good morning, Bayer. Does it matter who says it first?
Thank you very much.
Barakadi Salah.
Same to you.
All right. So, Casey, should I take? We have the Nation, and the caption says, "Lawan Gbajabiamila Adamu Southern governors wrong. Igbo youths, North's minority reps, Ladoja, OK, call for national dialogue and restructuring." It's all about the outcome of the Southern Governors meeting last week. Two other stories on the front page of the Nation. Sultan tells Buhari governors to end insecurity. And treading just, okay, let me just go back a little above the nameplate, actually, and to the rights column. Ex-ECOMOG Commander General Dongoyaro dies at 80. Army, no terrorist shared Ramadan gifts in Borno. That's on page 27. Now, 2.9 million IDPs in Nigeria, says UN agency, and there are 70,000 refugees. Police station razed, suspects freed in another attack by gunmen, also treading on the front page of the Nation. And that's about it. There's another one just at the foot of the paper. Experts seek more investment in agriculture for food security. Experts seek more investment in agriculture for food security. Okay. Bayo.
Thank you.
It's all about the Southern Governors meeting.
Yes. Before that, President Muhammadu Buhari says the Nigerians to be more tolerant with his administration over widespread insecurity. He was speaking after prayers yesterday, and he says his administration is doing its best to secure lives. He vowed to use the available resources and manpower to deal with bandits to ensure that access to farms and food production in incoming growing season. He explained that if we order weapons and armed vehicles, it takes time to come, to manufacture, to ship here, for personnel to be trained before it is deployed into the field. He said, without security, you can't do anything. He says, our big surprise and disappointment is happening in the Northwest, and we are dealing with it. We are working very hard. We are hoping Nigerians will understand the problem. Meanwhile, the Sultan, Alhaji Saad Abubakar III, after the Eid prayers, also gave his own Salah message. He called on president and state governors to work very hard and as a matter of urgency to bring an end to insecurity across the country. He challenged them to restore the country to what it used to be of old. However, the position of southern governors regarding a ban on open grazing has elicited reactions. Governor Samuel Otom of Benue says any Nigerian who opposes southern governors' decision banning open grazing has a hidden agenda. He told the media week of the Catholic Diocese in Makurdi that the situation in the position of his southern counterparts have chosen is the right path to address insecurity. He stressed that Nigeria is a great country which had huge potentials and should have nothing to do with poverty, if only security of life and property were guaranteed and people are allowed to remain stable in their localities. You may recall that Benue State banned open grazing in May 2017. Specifically, Governor Samuel Otom on 21st of May 2017 signed an open grazing, anti-kidnapping, abduction, cultism, and terrorism bill into law. He said the law would end incessant clashes between herders and farmers. Benue, which had led the destruction of lives and property, said was coming to an end with that law. He promised then to promote ranching in the state as it is the proven way and the best way of rearing livestock around the world. Violators of the open grazing then were to be jailed for 5 years or pay a fine of 1 million or both. There was also a fine for kidnappers, death sentence for kidnappers, and cultists were to be jailed for 10 years, and volunteer hostages were also to be jailed 10 years without an option of fine. But Senator Adamu Abdullahi, former governor of Nasarawa State, has described the position of the southern governors as betrayal of their oath of office and loyalty to Nigeria. The former Nasarawa State governor says that each governor pledged and swore to an oath, emphasizing loyalty to the sovereignty of the country. They also pledged loyalty to the president. Yes, there is freedom of association and freedom of expression for citizens, but they fail to express their view through their right channel. They are members of the National Council of State, which include former presidents still living. There is no better forum to take their decision. Their decision is divisive and does not speak well of their intentions. It feels like a betrayal of trust. The Senate president also, after Eid prayers yesterday, also offered opinion on it. He said, leaders ought not to champion calls for restructuring as demanded by southern governors. He said, rather, they ought to concentrate on working hard first to restructure their state. This is to ensure that restructuring you are calling for at the federal level, you have done it in your own state level as well. We are supposed as leaders to find out that the way that our system will work at the federal, state, and local government level. What you accuse the federal government, you also can be accused of the same in your state. He opined that the president is reaching out to all stakeholders. Ahmed Lawan stressed that as elected leaders, we should avoid partisanship and avoid regionalism. We are all leaders and we are in this together. Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila also called for a national spirit of oneness. He says, if truth be told, we all have equal share in the blame for what is happening. Whatever challenges we have, we must all come together to resolve all these issues. So those are the perspective from the resolution of the governor. But sadly, in Abia State, unidentified gunmen stormed a police station again in the local government area. In fact, that attack came 6 hours after the governor, Okezie Ikpeazu, had left that same place after a ceremony was hosted to honor Nnenna Okezie, former member of the House of Representatives. And in Abia State, a 200-level political student of Abia State University who faked his own kidnap has been arrested. George Nnamdi sent a text message that he has been kidnapped. And so his colleague reported to the university security. University security traced him to his hideout and fished him out.
That's I don't know what to say. Kinsley.
Yes. Everybody is looking for a quick way of getting money.
Indeed.
So that is the danger in our society, where we have less emphasis on hard work and it depends upon luck. We emphasize betting, luck, and gradually the idea of working hard to make money is going under. And that is the serious consequence. It was only in Anambra State during the term of Peter Obi that he had to fight kidnapping and armed robbery seriously with the law, in the sense that when you are found guilty, your property that you gain from it will be demolished, so that such activities are not seen not to be profitable.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, our youth are taken to a shortcut. Have you heard some of our musicians? They want to be millionaires, but they don't talk about working hard, because they say those who are millionaires don't have two heads.
Bayo, it's we're in a very trying times.
Yes.
And it's like one of the reports you mentioned. It's a collective responsibility, really. The governors have all been trying their best, to come up with solutions, what they think will be appropriate solutions to, bring back our country, to take back our country. And I think it's instructive that we are discussing this matter, how they are looking at it generally. And they should be speaking with one voice. That's when, Nigerians will begin to look, take them seriously. That's when they come with one voice and not, coming from different angles.
I agree with you. They need one voice,
Yes.
that we need to liberate our nation from hands of criminals.
Yes, and they also need to have a very good understanding of what we're dealing with. Because as Keller, someone said, if you don't have an understanding of anything,
Problem, you can't find a solution.
you can't find a
I agree with
solution.
you entirely.
Yes, so if we are just, touching
Scratching
here
it on
and
the
scratching
surface.
on the surface, we will not get the solution. We will not get the solution. So I think a good understanding of the situation in this country, what is troubling our peace, what is eating our peace, if we have a good understanding and grasp of it, then we should be able to begin to prefer what we believe would be adequate solution. But again, people say the best solution or to bring peace is good governance. Give the people, like you said, the opportunity to realize their potentials. And then an idle mind, they say, is the devil's workshop.
That's true.
So
Now, I wonder, Kingsley is playing mute.
he's just. Did you send him some salamit?
The salamit, it comes at the next Eid al-Kabir.
Yes. Well.
All right, Baya Toby, we would like to thank you for being around today.
Thank you very
for
much.
the week. We hope you enjoy the weekend, and see you on Monday.
Thank you.
All right, it's Good Morning Nigeria, and we are on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. We'll take a short break now. When we return, we'll go ahead with the conversation.